Hello, friends and loved ones, and welcome back to You Nailed It, Kale's Travails. Today was less travailsy, which was great. But let's start with last night. So I don't actually remember where I left off, but last night, sometime after the update, I was hanging out with all the folks, and they noticed that I was walking strange because of the gigantic blister on the instep, right on the arch of my left foot. It had gotten pretty bad. And they were like, oh, hey, this woman has everything you need to lance this blister. And I was like, I don't know about that. But they were like, no, really, you're gonna feel better. So I let this woman deal with my blister, and it was some kind of weird method with string. I don't know, I didn't love it. But nonetheless, she did that, it was amazing. We were communicating in Portuguese-lish, because she was the one of the two Portuguese women who spoke less Spanish. I just spoke to my little brother a little while ago, and he was like, you know, I would kind of prefer to know everything someone was saying before they stuck a needle in me. Good point, but too late. So then we hung out some more. Dinner was so late. They didn't start dinner at the albergue till 9 p.m., but we all went up and had dinner together. As a vegetarian, they weren't really sure what to do with me, which, you know, is a trend I'm used to in Europe. For the starter, it was a gazpacho, a vegetable gazpacho, which, to be honest, I didn't like very much, but, yeah, it's fine. And then my main was a French tortilla française, which is really just like an omelet with nothing in it. It's just scrambled eggs, omelet style, which was fine with me, right? I love eggs. It was great. For dessert, it was some kind of ice cream with whiskey. I was very confused, but it was tasty. And then by the time this is all done, it's after 10 p.m. I'm usually in bed way before then. So we all go down and start getting up for bed. And I was basically falling asleep at the dinner table. And then we get downstairs and I'm like, whoop, ready to go. Fourth wind, fifth wind, whoever knows what wind. But so I put in some earplugs because I remember that I was next to Mr. Snores and people were still wandering about. And I was like, God, I'm never gonna fall asleep. And then the next thing I know, it's the next morning and people are already up and moving about and I didn't hear them because of the earphones or the earplugs. Hooray for earplugs. So I got up and I decided that I was not going to walk today. So welcome to the first day of not walking. I took a rest day. Luckily, after conversing with the crazy Spanish man yesterday, I learned that there is a post office. I don't know if I already covered this. Sorry if I did. There is a post office in Tabora, where I just was, but it's only open from like 1 to 1:30-ish. I don't know if it's only open today, if I got lucky, or if it's open every day, but only for that window. And then the bus to here, I'm in Mombuey, was at 2 p.m. So this morning, everyone left, I waved goodbye, I got a little emotional, it was sad to see them go, because they were only going one stop. I went 3 stops because that's where the bus went. Also, that way I built in some cushion for myself so that I can do smaller stages. I have to acknowledge that between the blister and the Achilles on my left side, I'm not walking the best, and I'm gonna aim for 10 miles, 12 tops. I think I have 1 or 2 stages that go into 14. I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole thing. Maybe I'll catch a cab like I did yesterday. So by getting ahead a couple days, I've built in some more space for myself to take shorter walks, which I think is gonna make this more doable. Because as I said yesterday, I'm not here to torture myself. I'm here for an adventure. So, anyway, I'm jumping all over the place, sorry. So I sat around all morning. I went and visited the dueños of the hostel/hotel where I was staying and asked them if they had a box, and they gave me just some random box from cleaning supplies, and they let me use some of their tape, or have some of their tape, I guess. So I taped up my stuff. I ended up sending between 6 to 7 pounds of stuff to Madrid. Extra liquids that I decided I didn't need, clothes that I didn't need, some technology I didn't need. Lighten the load. I'm very excited to see how this feels tomorrow. So I, hung around, I ate a pastry, I had some tea, and then I went and sat on the curb to wait until 1 o'clock when this random person would show up to run the post office. So she shows up a little bit before 1, and I'm like, oh, are you from the office of mail? I realize that doesn't translate exactly in English. Are you from the post office? And she said, yes. And I said, great, I want to send this to Madrid. And she's like, oh, I don't have a scale. What, do you think I magically have one in my back pocket? How are you supposed to mail packages when you're in the country? She took my box to the grocery store and weighed it on some scale there. She's like, wait here, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and weigh your package. Hysterical. She came back and said it was around 3 kilos. But then she still couldn't figure out how much to charge me. So she was calling the main office and they weren't answering, and she's like, I'll be back. So now I'm sitting on the curb again. She's delivering mail all over town. She comes back and it turns out it's going to be 20 euros, which, whatever. I'm so relieved to have a little bit more, have a little bit less weight on my back. I don't care how much it cost. During this, the crazy man from yesterday who told me about the mail came back and was helping me navigate it. Crazy's not fair. A very outgoing and friendly elder gentleman who loves talking to strangers. He actually helped me a ton, so no complaints whatsoever. He also, though, was kind of a lot, and sometimes I couldn't follow him because he would speak really quickly, and my Spanish isn't that good yet. So, mailed the package, went to another cafe, sat and I tried to have tortilla, but again, it had sausage in it. So sad. So I had another pastry. I guess today's a pastry day. And a drink. And then I took the bus here to Mombuey. Now, the bus was less than 4 euros, way cheaper than I was expecting. The bus ride was around 45 minutes. I fell asleep. I don't actually know. Get here to Mombuey, and I get out, and then I start my calling. The albergue is closed. The hostel's closed. I can't find the Casa Rural. I know there's one, but I can't find it. So I end up at the hotel. So I'm here at the hotel. It's more expensive again, which is a bummer. And when I got off the bus, it started raining. So I took cover under a cafe awning, and they were cool. And then I had to walk here in the rain because this was backwards. Really bummed me out. I'm going to the north. This was 15 minutes south. That's 15 minutes tomorrow morning, more than I'd have to do. Such is life. So I get to the hotel, I get a room. It has Wi-Fi, I'm delighted. I spoke to my little brother for a really long time, which is amazing. Hey, Ryan, thank you. And then I was going to take a bath. I was so excited. I even told Ryan, this place has a bathtub. So I get off the phone with Ryan. I go into the bathroom to take my bath. There's no plug for the bathtub. There's a tub, nothing to keep the water from going down. And I was like, no, I wanted to soak my legs. Fine. But then I realized there is a part of the human body that functions very well as a plug. It's your heel. So I got in the tub, stuck my heel into the drain and filled the tub. And I had a wonderful bath. It was delightful. Got to soak in the warm water and just feel some of the aches and pains just flow right out of my legs. And I took a shower, washed my hair for the second time in 2 days. I know there's actually no need for that, but the luxury of having my own bathroom here at the hotel, I had to do it. So that was all marvelous, except that I may have flooded the bathroom a little bit. I don't even know how I did that, but luckily I already cleaned it all up. We're fine. So then I come out. Now last night when she lanced my blister, she got one of two. It turns out there were two that had formed right next to / on top of each other. So I did some surgery on myself. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but I really couldn't walk with it the way it was. So I guess whatever happens, as long as it doesn't get infected, is gonna be better than what I was dealing with. So, needle, sanitized it, not with fire, unfortunately, just with alcohol wipes, but that's what I had. And Caitlin, thanks very much. I used some antibiotic ointment from you on it to bandage it up. I'm gonna let it dry overnight, of course, but I'm going down for dinner soon, so I wanna have a Band-Aid on it. Ooh, there's a bug. No! I realized that at my advanced age, I don't actually know the difference in use between antibiotics and antiseptics. I have both creams. I already had the antibiotic on before I realized that I had antiseptic in the pack. I'll Google it later. Tomorrow morning, I'll make a choice to see which to use. So I'm bandaged up, and now I'm doing this recording, and then I'm gonna go eat. I know it's already been 8.5 minutes, but I'm gonna share a little bit of the internal journey if you want. If not, go, and I'll tell you more about walking tomorrow. This morning I felt a lot of fear and guilt, shame about not walking with the others and about taking a bus ahead. It's a Camino. You're here to walk. But I'm trying to find a way to listen to my body better, right? My ankle and foot are clearly complaining. I took the advice from my older brother, my younger brother, my friends, my parents. I have to do what I'm here to do. And not only that, I still have choices right now, right? I'm not so injured that I'm done. But if I push too hard, I could make it to that place. So I have to find a better balance of pushing and resting and finding my limits for me so that I can keep doing this. Because if I were to have tried to push, I think they did over 14 miles today, My furthest so far was 12.9. Another mile on top of that, day after day. It could have been the thing that broke the Achilles. And why? Why? So, trying to learn to be flexible and more patient with myself, and make more space for whatever this is supposed to be, I guess, rather than what I planned for or what I thought it would be or what other people are experiencing. I was supposed to take a bus to Mombuey today. I'm supposed to be here in this perfectly adequate hotel room with a bathtub, which I loved. Supposed to take this break. So tomorrow, going from Mombuey to, oh God, I've forgotten. Estudiantes or something like that? Well, I guess I'll tell you tomorrow because I don't remember. It's 11 miles, I think. I don't really remember. It's definitely sub 12, or maybe it's definitely sub 13. Whatever. It's so not important in this moment. So tomorrow we'll walk. I'm by myself because the group is a couple days behind me, but they walk further distances, so I'm sure we'll catch up at some point before Santiago. And I guess that's all for today. Thanks again, and catch you tomorrow.